This is one of my favorite traditions in my village in the Austrian Alps. Today is April 30th, which means my village erects our Maypole. Here it is being driven into town. There's going to be a little celebration where the town comes together in the village square and we watch them set it up. But first, I need to make a flower crown. I made it from an herb called gundermann, or ground ivy in English. It takes them hours to set the Maypole up, but in the meantime, there's food and drink and music. The way that they set it up fascinates me, and no matter how many times I watch it, it always makes me a little bit nervous. But the great news is that there is a very distracting traditional dance you can watch while you wait for them to finish setting it up. The weather was exceptionally beautiful this year, and even though there was a cool breeze, the sun was shining and everyone was in great spirits. And you might be wondering, how on earth do they get this giant maypole to stand up? Well, they use very large sticks that are tied together with ropes to very slowly hoist it up. They do it in tiny little increments, which is why it takes so many hours for this whole thing to happen. It really is a spectacle to watch, and it looks dangerous, but I assume it's not because they've been doing it like this for so many hundreds of years. This tradition became widespread in the 16th century, but it's thought to have pre-Christian origins. It's a beautiful celebration of spring and abundance and just growth and life, and I love it so much. In my personal practice as a witch, this is the time of year that I really need to focus, and this is where I'm pouring all of my energy and I'm just really giving it my all. This is when I am trying to attract abundance. It's when I'm the most creative, and it's also when I spend the most time working on my garden. This last hall here, where they push it up all the way, always makes me the most nervous, and I feel like each year it swings a little bit more in the opposite direction than I think it should. Now, our Maibaum will stand here in the village square for the entire month of May, and tonight there will be men guarding it overnight. Part of this tradition is that men from neighboring villages will try to cut down another village's Maibaum. Last year I said I didn't think that happened anymore, and a lot of people in the comments let me know that I was wrong, and then I ended up seeing a news story about it too, that it just happened in a village. So clearly this tradition is still going strong, and I just love it so much. At this point the sun is setting, but we're still not done. Somebody needs to climb the Maypole, take out the staples that they had in there for transportation, I think, and then he hangs up a sign. He must be very brave. Now there's one final dance in which they incorporate ribbons. They make a pattern around the Maypole and then they end up undoing it. Tonight felt extra special because we also had this beautiful full moon, and now the day is over.